Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see in the description, the time has come to take this beast for its maiden voyage. I've only got one shot of this before we go riding, because once you've ridden it once, it will never be the same ever again, because you're going to get scuff marks and all that. Sort of quite a sad day, but a happy day, because it means that I take this for a blast. We're going to do a very quick bike check, and then we're going to go meet up with a couple of mates, do a couple of runs at my local, and then go from there. Peace. We have to kick it off with this awesome... Guess we've got to start off with this amazing frame courtesy of Fat Creations. The attention to detail is honestly second to none. If you check out the other video of the build video, you'll sort of see all the time and effort that actually goes into building one of these things. But honestly, Ali and Becky, thank you so much for sorting that. Really stoked. Being a DMR Sled, this is a 160mm travel trail bike. It's ideal for absolutely everything. Like a mini downhill bike for me, really. I'm not racing up hills on this. Push up the hills, maybe struggle to get up the hills and then pin it on down. So that is why I've opted for a quite high short front end. We have got Fox suspension front and rear. So on the back we've got a Fox DHX2. One thing I've learned from the past is I had an air shock. The coil honestly makes such a difference. Personally feel it's slightly better for my weight. It just means then I can run it slightly softer, so I can track the ground a lot better. Once you find something you like, you never go back. Very much like your women. Fox 36s up the front. These are 170mm of smooth epicness travel. Super happy to be on Fox UK this year because they sort me out a treat with these amazing suspension systems. I've converted this into a mini downhill gravity enduro fun bike. We also have a Fox transfer dropper post. This year I've actually gone up a bit. I've got a 170 dropper on there, which just means for my longer legs I can keep the saddle slammed for the descents, and likewise I can put it up for the uphills. Once again, we're riding for Halo, so we've got the Halo Vortex wheel set with Super Drive hub. Now it's slightly different this year because we've actually gone 12 speed, so that basically means there's a Super Drive free hub opposed to your conventional Shimano or SRAM free hub. Fit the big gears on the back, which means my fat carcass might get up the hills with this fat dinner plate. We've got the Shimano XT shifter along with Shimano XT rear mech. I'm not sponsored by Shimano, but I just fancy that stuff because it is rather slick. On my downhill bike we will be running TRP. So we've got onto Aquila tyres. We've gone for the free ride compound, so these are slightly lighter weight than obviously the downhill compound. There's no requirement to run downhill tyres on this bike. Once again, you find a tyre you like and you stick with it. So these are ideal for all conditions unless it gets super wet, and then therefore we change them. For the UK, these are absolutely perfect for generally all conditions. Being DMR, it is going to be littered with DMR componentry. So we've got the DMR Defy stem, that in 35mm length and also 35mm diameter for the 35mm DMR wing bars. It means the front end's quite high. DMR axe cranks with DMR volt pedals. We're actually riding the kingpin, so it just means that we get an extra few mil, which means we get a bit more grip down the trail. Actually got a Unite chainring on there, so that is obviously 12 speed compatible. Obviously got the oi saddle, so this is obviously my signature saddle. Super pumped to have that match my oi paint job. Ali and Becky at Fat Creations have done a rather nice splendid job at the colour match. Talking of signature products, we've got the Brendog Def Grip on the front, gone for the thin and the soft, no flange version this time. So once again, camo vibe equals camo happiness. Actually got a Unite chainring on there, so that is obviously 12 speed compatible. Similar to last year's bikes, I've had them in Visiframe, so especially after one of last year's bikes got pinched, got it back again, if you actually saw how many scratches would have happened to that bike if it wasn't for the Invisiframe. Obviously thieves didn't care, they chucked it in the car. You know, what can I say, it proved its weight in gold when it came to actually riding with rocks pinging up and things as well. Definitely recommend that. Try and get a professional to fit it if you can. Similar to last year's DMR Sled, we've got the TRP brakes on the front and the rear. So these are the DHR G-Spec. I've got 180mm rotors on. Might change this depending on if we go to the Mega Avalanche, etc. Might put some 200s, but I had 180s on all last year, and for everything I did, they were perfect. Another new sponsor for this year is Rapid Racer Products. They've given me one of their awesome Pro Guards. So it basically means that I don't need zip ties to apply it to my Fox forks. It's literally 2 bolts in the rear of the fork. It absolutely stays bomb proof. Even with my roller incident, mudguard did not move in the slightest. So my custom sticker job that's on my mudguard is from Verova. They basically print you a design, but if you go onto the Rapid Racer product website, you will see that it does give you that option to get a custom spec sticker. That is enough of me harping on. We're literally going to take it for its first cruise. I've honestly only just ridden it up from where the van is parked, so unfortunately I haven't bedded anything in, so it might mean the first corner might be a bit twitchy with no brakes, but let's give it a go. Oi, oi. Before we take it for a little spin, we're just going to do the classic old school trick. Oh, it feels so bad with a brand new bike. Won't last new forever. Right, and here we go then, first ever run on her. So it's going to feel a bit weird to start off with. Yeah, the brakes literally don't work. The brakes, you pull them, nothing happens. Probably not the most ideal day today to bed the new bike in because it's quite muddy, quite gritty, but actually for brakes etc it's probably quite good because it just means then the pads at the moment are brand new, so slightly glazed, means we're going to just cut them up a bit so they can actually do their job at braking. The brakes slowly getting better.
Yeah.
I'm going a bit slow here. So it probably doesn't look all that big on camera, but we've come to the famous canyon gap here. So as you can see, takeoff, landing, 30 foot or so. I'm not the best with distances. So we've got that as a nice little tester for the bike. Before that is the step down. Probably about 3-4 bike lengths, something like that. You will need a bit of speed to clear the canyon gap after. Let's go send it, man. At the top of the rolling, quite a nerve-wracking place if you've never hit it before, so it's just a case of a couple of pedal strokes and then just carrying your speed all the way over. The jumps are built really well, so let's send it. Oi, oi. Perfect test for the new bike. So stoked with this bike. As you can imagine, it's actually not too dissimilar from my old bike at all, so it's just trying to get it to feel as similar as what the old one did. That was the first run on the biggest line here. It's not actually too bad. So as you can see, we've probably used about 80% of travel on this track. That's because the compression on the landing is pretty severe, but that's why I wanted to test it, and that is what testing is all about. Now let's go again. There's a bit of a crowd, bit of a Steez vibe. Great testing for her. Oh, you smell the weed when you go past Hemlock, don't you? Right, we've done some jumpy, flowy stuff. Let's go ride some technical, gnarly stuff, man. Yeah, it's not that technical, but it's what we've got down there. That's loose, isn't it? Oh, that's wet. Ah. That is deep, isn't it? Oh. Where's Roland? Any good? Bit pedally. And there we go, that is the day done, and I would say dusted, but it hasn't really been all that dusty. But I've been super stoked on its maiden voyage. I'm really happy. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, it'd be great if you give it a thumbs up. Be sick if you subscribe. Keep up to date because there's some more news soon, and until the next one, see you in a bit. Oi, oi.